Hi guys, well, what is this? This is Friday. It is Friday the 19th of November and I have had a week. So on Sunday, so the Sunday just passed, we got confirmation that one of the kids in my class was COVID positive. So that sent everything into a meltdown and we had to rapidly shift my class to remote learning. So that was a thing. And then yesterday, the Victorian government decided that they wanted to change all of the rules. And so when my class had to isolate for 14 days, we were back at school today. And that's a thing. So I'm exhausted and my anxiety has been at an all-time high this week. So we're just going to do a reading vlog and we're going to make it super casual and chill. And I'm going to be reading books that the Bonkers Romance podcast members website, the Temple of Defiant Joy, have gifted all of us different copies of books. There's a whole stack of things. There are a couple of Karina, Halle books. There's the new Joanna Shupe book, there's the new Scarlett and Clair book, all of that sort of stuff. So I wanted to try and work through some of those because I haven't picked any of them up. I did read Alien Quarantine Rescue, which is the episode that I think came out today, but that was just the book club pick. But these are actually the books that they have gifted to members. So I am, fingers crossed, going to try and read at least 2 or 3 of those this weekend and film that in this vlog. So a little bit later when I grab out my personal laptop, I will go through those books and let you know which ones they are. But I came home and I have some happy mail, so I thought I would unbox it since these vlogs seem to start now with me unboxing whatever arrives in the mail on Fridays. So giant Booktopia package number 1. So this is a picture book. It's Jasmine Seymour's Baby Business. So I'm excited to read this one. Booktopia package number 2. I don't like these ones as much as the other ones because they're a bit harder to open. More picture books. Are we shocked? Not really. Okay, so there is Molly the Pirate. This one is by Loraine Teece and illustrated by Paul Seddon. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. And then Heroes, Rebels and Innovators, Inspiring Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander People from History by Karen Wyld and Jalen Bimaiwi. I'm butchering that, I apologize profusely. This one I'm super excited about. It is about 7 Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who have done amazing things, and I think it's going to be so fun to read. There is this package from Kmart, which is basically a whole stack of press-on nails. I went a bit press-on nail buying happy online at one point. Okay, so I remember what this was. There was another package I received earlier in the week, which was all the Christmas ones that I bought. But when I went looking for their Christmas nails, they also had their Halloween ones on sale for like $2. So basically I bought 4 packets of these ones, which are sort of a grayish purple with bats on them. These ones I'm saving for next year. And then also these sort of pinkish, glittery, peachy coloured ones. And then as I said, I do have some Christmassy ones that came earlier in the week that I don't have on hand, so I can't grab them. And then my Illumicrate box arrived, and this is my TJ Klune box, which, to be honest, I'd forgotten was coming because it shipped ages ago. Actually, the box I'm still waiting for is my Hello Lovely Halloween one, but I might see that in the new year. Maybe, if I'm lucky. So this one is just 2 special editions of books. Now, incidentally enough, I already own the original editions of these, but I couldn't help myself. I wanted these pretty ones. So my set will be gifted to a friend. So there is Under the Whispering Door with the beautiful sprayed edges, the printed hardback, which is just so gorgeous, and it's been signed. Then there is The House on the Cerulean Sea. I feel like I need to reread at some point. I need something that I just really enjoyed reading. You just know when you're having a terrible week and nothing seems right. It's pretty much where I am, so this is very exciting. So there is The House on the Cerulean Sea, and this one has the sort of skyscape on the side. It's very pretty, so nice. This one also has a printed design on the hardback and is signed as well. I'm very excited to have these. You have no idea. I'm going to attempt to sort my life out, have a shower, eat some food, and find out what books I'm going to attempt to read this weekend with you guys. Actually, maybe I'll do that first. I'll grab my laptop and then I'll do everything else. So I have my laptop. There are 6 books so far that I have not read. So I think I explained earlier, their subscription website has a book club that is separate to the actual books that they're reading in their episodes. And they've sort of curated a list of books that people can either get before release or for them to download for free. There is a combination in here of contemporaries, fantasy romance, I think, and also a historical. So there is Mama's Boy by Avery Flynn, The Nordic King by Karina Halle, The Forbidden Man by Karina Halle, The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna, Duke actually by Jenny Holiday, and King of Battle and Blood by Scarlett and Clair. I'm going to try and read some of these I have read Scarlett St. Clair before. I haven't read any other authors, so I don't know which one I'm going to read first, but it'll be one of those.
Exclude Wet Will Eater, you know?
Well, so he kind of does that now.
Does he really?
Like, yeah. He like gets a little bit out and she's like, no, not on it, like in it. And he's like, oh my God, I did really like this
play
line.
Is so good.
Okay, so I've had dinner. I forgot to vlog that. But I did listen to the most recent Bonkers Romance podcast episode while I was eating dinner. I just love it. It is so delightfully funny and hilarious, and it made me smile. So I was glad that came out today, and I think I'm going to read Mama's Boy by Avery Flynn, mostly by process of elimination, the fact that it was the shortest book of the 6. And then I think what I'll try and do is prioritize the 3 that are NetGalley arcs, which is the Scarlett St. Clair book, Duke actually, and no, Lost It's the Joanna Shupe book. So I'm going to try and prioritize those after this one. But tonight I just think I need something quick, and then maybe I will finish watching the David Attenborough documentary that I started this week, because I think I'm going to need it. Also, before I start reading, I have scheduled my live show. I'm going to update the book journal this weekend, and I think I'm just going to spend a little bit of time sitting down doing that, and I'll do it in a live and see if I can hopefully catch up with a few people in the chat and whatnot, because I feel like I have not been able to do anything since the term started back. It has just been bananas, and if I'm going to sit down and dedicate some time to it, I'd rather see if I can also talk to people at the same time. Okay, so far in Mama's Boy, we have met Dixon, who is one of 3 male cousins, who are very close, and their grandmother passed away, but before she passed away, they discovered one last Christmas present from her. And in order to decide who is going to get the last of Grandma's presents, because they're apparently legendary, they enter into a wager that the last man standing without a date on Christmas Day gets the present. And the whole thing hinges around the 3 cousins going on a dating app and going out with the first woman who replies to their profile. And what we know about Dixon so far is that he was married. His wife has passed away, but there was some secret that he discovered, and they knew each other for 2 years and were married for 6 months before she passed away. I think it's possibly some kind of car accident, but details have been light on that so far. My assumption is that she was possibly cheating, but that's just the feeling I'm getting so far. And the woman who responds to Dixon's dating profile is Fiona, and she has, at the beginning of the book, just discovered that her boyfriend actually has a long-term partner and was cheating on that partner with her, and she is devastated. Like, she had no idea about it, and she found out and was just beside herself. But anyway, she goes onto this dating app, she sees this profile, and she can't believe it, because the profile is just completely bonkers. It's like, must hate dogs, must not enjoy eating food for pleasure, and so it's like ridiculous. Anyway, she decides to reply to it, and so Fiona and Dixon get caught up in each other's world. And they've been on their first date, which was to an ice hockey game, and they both supported opposite sides, so, you know, the humour inherent in that. And now they're currently having a weekend away at his late grandmother's estate with his 2 cousins, and the whole thing is described as like this fairy tale sort of place, and they've just gotten locked in a secret room and they've just tried to escape, and I'm enjoying it so far. Okay, so I finished Mama's Boy, and it was entertaining enough. I like the characters enough, and I think I forgot to mention earlier that Fiona is a 3rd grade teacher, and I actually really liked the teacher representation in this, because she's clearly passionate about what she does, and, you know, that comes through in the writing. The Dixon's sort of must win at all costs attitude towards the end just got pretty old. So it was enjoyable, and, you know, there's an awesome grovel scene where he basically has to confront all of his feelings in front of everyone. The 3rd act breakup, yeah, that was rough. But I'm glad I read it and I tried a new author. So I will check in tomorrow when I decide what I'm going to be reading next. Hi guys, happy Saturday. So it is just after 10:30 and I am going live with my digital book planning catch-up live show thingy in about half an hour. and I've just been to the supermarket to grab a couple of things that I forgot to grab last night. No food things, just, you know, general bathroomy things and other bits and pieces, but nothing exciting. And I spoke to my acting principal, who was checking in on me after yesterday, because as I said, yesterday was not a great day for me. And I also spoke to my mum. I was just going to see if I was going to come around, if I was going to go and visit her tonight. I haven't seen her since she had surgery, obviously because I was in isolation. And yeah, in the end we decided I'm going to go over tomorrow morning and see her and my dad, and I'll do that for a couple of hours. But yeah, I'm going to get ready for this live show. I have done some filming notes for some videos that I need to film for my upcoming video day in December. And yeah, I just found out that Lillian Lark's new book Pair of Fools came out, and I'm in the middle of a reading vlog, so that will be read probably first thing on Monday. That'll be the first thing that I pick up because I'm so excited for that book. The post bulk filming disaster zone. Plus I've got to hang all of those clothes. Oh my god. Alright, but that's all good. But I have pre-filmed 4 videos for December. So I've actually just spent the last couple of hours after filming, or doing my bulk filming, editing and uploading some things for the upcoming month. So I did my Books Beside My Bed video that goes up tomorrow. I've also done my book haul which is going up on the 2nd of December, and also there's my picture book haul. So I'm actually all scheduled up until the 2nd of December now, except for next week's Books Beside My Bed video. Alright, so now it's nearly 5 o'clock. I'm going to re-dye my hair, and I'm going to be using the Watermelon Burst because I bought this one when the pink was out of stock, and I thought I was going to use it and then I never did. My pink is pretty ordinary, so this is possibly a little bit more reddish pink than pink, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's see how this goes. So I've just rinsed my hair out and I'm just going to let it air dry, and I'm wearing my Baby Yoda t-shirt, and I'm about to cook dinner, and I think that tonight I'm going to have a pizza. So I could go out and order a pizza, or I could just use the one that's already in my freezer, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, so I have eaten my pizza and I'm about to start reading The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe, and I know exactly 2 things about this book. Oh gosh. Sorry, my hair's still drying so I haven't brushed it yet. I know 2 things about this book. It is written by Joanna Shupe and it is a historical romance. That's it. Oh, sorry, the 3rd thing I know is it's the 2nd book in a series and I haven't read the 1st one yet. Because that's how I roll. So I'm nearly 25% of the way through, and it is the story of Kit, or Christopher, and Alice, and they're both at this house party, and Kit is a known scoundrel, and he's surprised when Alice comes to his bedroom one evening to ask for lessons on how to seduce a man so that she can find a husband. So she's not intent on Kit, but she is really shy and she has a very overbearing mother, and she wants to try and figure things out, and she figures he is her best bet. And initially he turns her down, and then the next day he agrees in exchange for the recipes of a chef that is his favorite chef in New York, who he's been trying to lure to his new social club venture unsuccessfully. But Alice knows the chef and is a bit of a chef herself, and so she has all of the recipes, and she arranges for Kit to buy the recipes, and she writes them down for him in exchange for seduction lessons. So that's where we are. Okay, so I finished The Lady Gets Lucky by Joanna Shupe. It was really fun. There were times when the story sort of pulled me out, just a couple of turns of phrase and things like that, but overall highly enjoyable. It's quite fun because eventually in this story Kit gets Annie to cook for his supper club because they need a chef, and so while she was giving him all these recipes, he needed someone to actually implement them, and she was able to do that, and so she's sneaking away from her very, very, very overbearing mother. And her showdown with her mother at the end was great because she really put her in her place. And I kind of just wish we'd met Annie's father, because he sounds great, because he was doing a lot of maneuvering in the background but was never on page, and I think he would have been a great character just to even have one scene with him and Annie. But anyway, I enjoyed it. Now I am going to probably write up my review, and then I want to watch some more David Attenborough. So tonight I am going to start 7 Worlds, 1 Planet, starting with Antarctica. So I just realised in the clip before, I was calling the heroine of the book Annie. Her name is Alice. I know it's Alice because I wrote it down and I've been reading it for the last 3 hours. Why is my brain doing this to me? So I'm at my parents' place helping put up their Christmas tree. It's the first time they've had a fake Christmas tree in like 30 years. So it's an experience, but we're getting there. I have not yet read anything, but I think I need to put a load of towels on, and then I'm going to start reading Duke Actually by Jenny Holiday. Okay, so I'm 50% of the way through Duke Actually, and it is a contemporary romance featuring a baron. So Max is the future Duke, but currently a baron, and an English professor called Danny. And they meet because Danny's best friend Leo is going to be marrying the princess of the country that Max lives in, Eldovia. Their paths cross. They're both going to be the best man and woman, etc. for the wedding. Anyway, one week while Max is in New York, he connects with Danny, who ends up inviting him to a work party because she's trying to get divorced from her husband, who left her for a former student of theirs, and she doesn't want to go to the party alone. So they go together, and then they strike up this friendship, and they have a kind of a long distance friendship, and then whenever they're in town with each other, they sort of hang out. Now it's really interesting because we find out that Max really doesn't want to become Duke. He has a terrible relationship with his father. His father is an alcoholic and abusive, and the dukedom is in charge of a giant mining corporation within Europe, and it's destroying the environment, and Max doesn't agree with it, so he's, you know, caught between a rock and a hard place. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna keep reading and see how this plays out. Communication is a thing, guys. Choosing your words appropriately is also a thing. We've just hit the melodramatics at like 87% of the way through the book. Alright, I am done with Duke Actually, and it all sort of wrapped up in the way it should. I don't know, I just don't like the dramatic third act miscommunication breakup thing, but hey, we got there in the end. And I don't think I mentioned that Danny had a pet dog whose name was also Max, and so throughout the story they called him Max Minimus, and Max Maximus was Duke Max. So yeah, there's that. I will say in this one you have content warnings for toxic parents as well as death of parents, so be aware of that going into it. However, I really adored the story. I realized, you know, very late in the game that this was a second book in a series, but you definitely don't have to read the first book to get that at all. And I also fell in love with Max's brother Seb, who was just a cinnamon roll. So I'm very glad that I finished reading all of that. I think I'm going to end the vlog here. It is Sunday night and I'm really tired. So I think I'm going to chill out, upload this footage, but I'll probably edit it, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, and have an early night. So thank you to the Bonkers Romance podcast for the access to all of these books. They've been really fun to read this weekend. I still have 3 more to do, so I will get to them hopefully some point soon. But yes, now I'm going to head off. So in the comments, if you have read these books, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I hope that wherever you're in the world, you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.